Seeking English S.A.T. Workbook, page 313, problem 3. I'm going to make this quick, just so I can get to a point that may not be obvious quickly in the process. Let's take a look at the problem. It says, Felix sells model cars and model airplanes for which he charges $14 and $26 respectively. That sentence might be confusing. Take for granted they're going to look for ways to confuse you that don't really have anything to do with math. Why? I don't know. I'm not the one fine-tuning the test for that. What this means is that model cars each cost $14 and model airplanes each cost $26. Now, before they give you the total dollar amount that he made, they're going to interrupt that with another piece of data. No. Yes. One weekend he sold 30 items. Okay. And he made $648. Okay. The way they did this is they grouped the information so that you have to kind of sort it out and tell two different stories. Which goes in the equation. That's a waste of your time, I know. But they need to waste seconds of your time on the test. So they're going to do that. Like I'm wasting your time now. Okay. What I did was I saved a little time. I put this on the board already. You can see cars plus airplanes equals 30. That's the total number of things, the total number of units. So they have different prices. $14 per car plus $26 per airplane. At that multiplication, number of cars multiplied by the $14 added to the number of airplanes multiplied by the number of airplanes equals what he sold, what he profited, $648. They want to know how many cars did he sell that weekend. So you want A to go away. It sounds like the lion and tiger problem again. I know. It's worth it, trust me. So there are two ways to do this. You want the A expression and the other expression to match. One way you can do that is by dividing this by 26. I don't recommend this. It's actually easier to deal with larger numbers if they're nice whole numbers. So it's going to be 26C plus 26A equals, and I think it says you can use your calculator. Yes, it says you can use your calculator. I'm going to go ahead and guess, having done this problem a couple of times before, 780. Okay. Now, this is a smaller number, and this is a smaller number. And these are equal. So if you subtract the lower equation from the upper equation, this is going to go away. Here you're going to get 12C. Nothing A equals, should be 132. Okay. 132. From there, you can divide by 12. And you get 11. C equals 11. And the answers in the book, if you have the book, are 8, 11, 14, and 17. 11 is one of the answers. It's probably correct. So the one reason I wanted to get through this quickly, though, was to talk about how answers are distributed on not only on the S.A.T, but on other standardized tests. S.A.T only has 4 answers. Other tests that I teach have 5 answers. And it's even more useful on the GRE and the GMAT than it is on the S.A.T. But make your own observation. Don't just trust me on this. Take some sample tests and then check this for yourself. Answers on all 3 of these tests tend to be in a kind of linear order. First answer is the smallest number in this case. And larger, larger, larger. 8, 11, 14, 17. You'll notice that correct answer is one of the middle answers. Well, that just sounds like superstition or it's kind of infantile way of looking at things. Maybe. Check it out for yourself, though. Is there a logical reason why correct answer would be more likely to be one of the middle answers? There is if you think about it in terms of test design, if you try to think like a test designer. The reason is that numbers that are closer together, all else being equal, are more confusing with each other. So you have 11 is flanked by 8 and 14. It has something to confuse itself with above and below. If you put the correct answer in A or D and your answers get further away from that, it's potentially less confusing. They want the test to be confusing. They want the answers to be confusing. So that's a plausible reason why they would do that. So if you're not sure, your answer is more likely to be in the middle. Another question, since it's almost 5 minutes, why not? How do they get wrong answers for tests? I don't have an official explanation. You are welcome to research it, of course. I think if you find anything, and you probably won't find anything, what you probably find is what they do with tests is they run some students through the test when they get enough students without offering or suggesting answers to them to see what answers they come up with on their own. And then they collect all the wrong answers and they pick the most popular wrong answers because those are going to be the most tempting to you. If you make the same mistake that one of those test students did testing the test, you say, "Oh, there's my answer." You'll be likely to pick it. Um, in many cases, not on this problem, but further in the book and on the other tests I've seen, you can very easily look at the wrong answers and think, "Oh, wow, I can see what they did wrong there." If you get better at that yourself, you may do better on the test. I don't want you to think that's a good use of your time on the test necessarily, but if you have an eye for it, if answers jump out at you as wrong for obvious reasons, oh my God, I almost made that mistake, it will help you on the test. So wow, this video has become really long. I don't want to do another take. I don't want to do another take. We're just going to stick with this.